Hello. So, Sunday? Yeah, pretty sure it's Sunday. um, I had a couple strange dreams last night. But I wrote quite a bit down. It was like different from my normal dreams where I just like get like a quick message or something. But I kind of remember more of like a storyline that was going on. So, I'm gonna see when it pertains. Okay. But so far we have Page of Wands and Ten of Swords. So somebody could be preparing themselves for closing out painful cycles, which is a good thing. Okay, somebody could be feeling ready, but they have a lot of anxiety, possibly when it comes to, all the different shifts and changes that will occur. But they're using their discernment and to be recognizing that they have the truth that they're needing to have in a situation in order to move forward. Okay. I just moved this glove and the gloves are off. Saying came in my head, so I don't know, because somebody could be definitely kind of knowing more intentionally what they're needing to be doing and wanting to get down to business, I guess. Okay. Somebody could be kind of restricting them, or they could have been restricting themselves in certain ways. There's a lot, all these cards are swords that are coming out so far, so there's a lot of thoughts going on, but not, necessarily action fully. But we have the Nine of Swords again, and the Knight of Swords. So actually, as I was saying that, I was like, wait, I think I just read that. So somebody could be, somebody could have been in a position of, taking a lot of time to gather their thoughts, navigate through different anxieties that have been formed and intrusive thoughts, and really kind of gathering the greatest amount of like intel, I guess, for themselves in order to feel confident. But they could be also, with this discernment that they're gaining, restricting themselves from those intrusive thoughts and readying themselves to take action swiftly. Okay, we have the Ace of Coins. Okay, took me a second. Ace of Pentacles. So somebody could be ready to really embrace what they feel is a gift in their life. And we get the Wheel of Fortune, ready to move forward into the next chapter. They could be taking initiative for themselves in order to move, the gears into, moving everything into momentum. But it's like somebody's recognizing that they're ready to move through a portal into a new beginning. Yeah, somebody's preparing themselves and is ready to stay true to their position. We have the Star, the Four of Cups, Four of Swords, and the King of Wands. So, yeah, somebody's looking at this as a wish come true. They're not wanting to entertain different offers that aren't, aligning or adhering to their more healed outlook at this point, and they're ready to take action in a way where they feel is purposeful and they are passionate within this awareness. Okay. Yeah, it's like they're moving forward towards what they've envisioned for themselves. King, okay, and they're making more loving plans. We have the King of Cups and the Fool with the Two of Wands. So it's like somebody's making plans and moving intentionally, ready to express themselves emotionally and take a leap of faith, or Look at things in a much more carefree way than they had been previously, okay? Definitely, with the Fool right there. Because there's a lot of swords going on. Like, that was like all I saw right there. So we got the Sun, and the Ace of Cups. Stop. So cute. So yeah, somebody's recognizing a truly positive, new, emotionally fulfilling beginning, okay? They could be walking away from what is not in alignment with this after having looked at things in a different perspective, and they've learned what they needed to learn. They've educated themselves in different ways. Okay. Excuse me. And they're creating a balance within themselves. Excuse me. Looking at things in a much more successful way, where they can feel that they're returning to something that they had desired of, or were trying to protect in different ways. Okay. Somebody could feel like they're, you know, truly content within themselves and what it is that they've built. They've gone through a major transformation after having taken the time to go inward, and they're ready to take action moving forward using their will to, you know, really co-create towards a twin flame right there. You know, true desired structure within their home, family, relationships, and community. And they could be feeling that this is, you know, a personal wish come true. They could have been illuminated to subconscious awarenesses that really kind of gave them a greater sense of passion as far as moving forward into this purposeful new beginning. And we got 3-3 right here. Somebody could have really leveled up and mastered themselves in different ways. But yeah, somebody's ready to kind of bring in to their reality a relationship and team dynamic that they had been planning for and anticipating of, but now they're ready to initiate in the way that they're needing to. Okay, yeah, somebody has stood their ground and you know, battled through difficulty, and they could be recognizing a cooperative element that could be bringing them on. Hair cute, stop it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, let me just show you guys. Okay. You saw how I pulled these. So cute. So somebody could be feeling that they're moving towards a true wish come true with the 9 of Cups right here. Okay. Oh wait, that's the 10 of Cups. Emotional fulfillment, okay, within their home, right? And this is something that they could dedicate themselves. So we got 10-10, and I don't know why I forgot that for a second. So yeah, somebody could be, you know, recognizing they're moving into a position that they are truly desiring of, but it is not just a desire anymore, but it's something that they can truly embrace, okay? And you know, dedicate themselves to. All right, we got the 2 of Cups right here. So it's like, you know, somebody knows that this is a divinely guided relationship dynamic they can devote themselves to. Okay, what's this? The Emperor and the Empress right there. That's crazy. Okay, so it's like both parties are going to be, you know, really elevating to their highest ability within this relationship dynamic. And they could be really moving forward, navigating through different toxicity, but obsessed with, you know, creating a new world and moving forward into a new beginning, protected, and you know, knowing this is where they're truly meant to be. That is crazy. It's America. So we have the Page of Cups and the King of Pentacles. It's like somebody's knowing for sure they're stable within the inner truth and awareness that they have, and a message they're wanting to express. They could be knowing that this is a major shift and difficult decision that they're making, but they have, ouch, they got the strength and courage, okay? All right, they've mastered themselves and leveled up with their skill and ability, and they're ready to close out these painful cycles and come into true alignment, okay? With the Judgment card right there. creating their truly desired environment and really pouring into situations that they are, you know, feeling strongly towards and wanting to embrace and protect. Okay, we got the High Priestess. Somebody's navigating through different illusionary aspects, really staying in alignment with their intuition and ascending to higher levels, aligning with their higher self, recognizing the stability and the love that they are moving forward towards. Okay, they could have had a lot of different conflict up until this awareness, but they are ready to take action in a way that is, you know, truly purposeful and passionate. Okay. And they could be really wanting to safeguard the situation, being aware of manipulation and deception, but knowing that this is moving them towards their long-term goals. Okay, so somebody could be ready with some type of message or action and a truth. Okay, they're recognizing, you know, the pain of their past, and they're having a greater awareness of what steps they're wanting to take in order to create a more reciprocal dynamic in this scenario. And they could be gaining the momentum moving forward towards, you know, really creating and forming this environment in their physical world. Okay. We got the Queen of Swords, so it's like somebody is definitely using their discernment at this time, okay, to navigate their way through. Okay. That's really crazy actually, because the dream that I had let me see. It says starting a relationship with an attractive person that's too shy to express openly, but both people were finding the other and showing interest. Okay. Certain situations from the past or environment could be making things tricky, and there could be a need to be direct with feelings. Okay. Somebody could have been finding hidden truths and making them known to all instead of, let me see. And instead of hiding them or keeping them hidden, assuming that others already know. Okay. Says, so there aren't any assumptions being made. There's a need to be direct with feelings. Isn't that crazy? That story just came out too in the tarot. And then it says, cute boy. Anyway, real quick, there you go. So, I'm not gonna stay there. But yeah, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's really funny based on this reading. That's crazy. I wrote down a couple things too, from a meditation. It was like a, kind of like jumped at me in meditation. Like I was like having this like train of thought. Can't even remember right now where to start. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, I kind of remember. So I was thinking about, like, okay, so yesterday I was saying that I'd been prompted to bring up this like previous scenario when I was younger, and I didn't really say all the things that I could say, but I kind of brought it up yesterday. But then I was thinking of like the story, and for some reason, there was like a certain president's voice in my head, and while I was thinking about the story, and it made me laugh so much. It was ridiculous, but like at the same time it took me to another level, because I was like, you know, reminded of all the, you know, real stuff that's going on. And then I thought about it, and what was, you know, kind of brought to me was, okay, within a person, okay, or a character. Okay, so the character who is being embodied for the role is the only person who we would accept this role to be played by. The role being played is not the person. We are all fine. We are all okay. We are good. Everything is happening as it's meant to happen. We're all able to handle the roles we've been given. So that was sounds pretty wild, right? But that was the message that I like kind of had this like download. And then it went into this joke that I'm not sure if I should say. It might be I don't know if I'm ready to say it right now. So it's a funny joke, but I don't think it's like fully appropriate. So, let me see. I'm gonna just skip ahead. Okay. I was doing this like chi movement, like that I was shown recently, and I was trying it out for myself while I was like sun gazing. And there was this whole, it was like kind of knocking you, just like I said, I was like, just shot into meditation or whatever. Like it was like the same thing, but when you're moving your body energetically with this exercise, it's like for me it kind of busted me into the meditations that I'd had where I'd been like healing things or kind of building energetic power or whatever, so in these meditations I usually just sit there and I can like see this ball of light or whatever, like growing, and then I toss it wherever. But in this one it was like I was doing it and I was building and I was kind of moving the energy because of the movements I was making. And then I saw the growth of what I had like thrown in, like it was like automatic, like this huge like flower of light kind of growing and stuff. It was really cool. But so I wrote down, okay, different things, I guess, that maybe something else it could be happen, helping, or you move and navigate through in your way, creating the energy in a more intentional way. So it says, seed the light. Doing chi body movements, you're able to harness your energy and create with intention, cultivating and planting where you want it to go, planting your energy and watching what grows, adding the sun to the darker places. And then laughter elevates your mood, but have you actually seen what it does energetically? It lifts, separates, and restructures your energetic frequency line by line in order to leave it stronger and reinforced. So that was something. It was so funny because I was going through, like, with this previous part of the meditation, it wasn't all just like super happy or whatever, like I was like crying based on this like pain of awareness of what other people have gone through. And that was part of where it says like we are all fine. It was like I was being reminded that energetically everything is meant to be happening as it does in certain ways, and each person isn't given a role they aren't able to handle fully, and so it's like there was a lot more to it or whatever. So then I had this like sad energy, and then my dog came up to me and was like, "Hey, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be like feeling like that." And then I like let myself kind of release the sad energy. It's not like I don't have like respect or consideration or sympathy for it, but I don't have to like hold on to the pain of it. And so with that I was like able to kind of release with this understanding, with appreciation, like all these different things, like exactly when I was feeling really each line right here that I was writing. You can't really see it very well, but each line, it took me like probably like 10 minutes to write after this whole like energetic not necessarily expulsion, but like transmutation, I guess, of the different energies that I was feeling. And then as soon as I said, or I wrote everything's meant to happen as it is meant to happen, my dog walks in and the door opens and the light shined on me, or whatever, shone. And it was like, helping to uplift my energy even more. And then my dog came and did something funny, and we had a little, telepathic communication thing. And then like I went from crying to elevating my energy into this moment where I was laughing, and it's not like it sounds all wild, but synchronistically all these different things occurred. And I could see energetically what the laughter was really doing to the energy that I had within me, or that I was embracing at that time. So instead of kind of like dismissing things as if, there's a known awareness or truth without really recognizing the truth and really seeing it for what it is, I guess there's a need to really kind of take the time to recognize the you know, old truths or, you know, things that are formed and known in certain ways, and see them with the importance of what they are, what's the word? Just had it, representing right there. Okay, right. Figured it out. And when you're able to do that, it's like you can move forward more confidently with a greater amount of gratitude in whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. And I don't think I should read this one. It was a good joke, but maybe I'll keep it for a later date. I don't know if I should do another little part of this. It's only been 20 minutes, but 20 minutes. Let me do, doing energy work. That's funny. Okay, yeah, so we could be dealing with lack, scarcity, struggle, poverty, and there could be a need to really kind of recognize what it is that you have energetically that is, you know, kind of taking away from a situation. Oh, we got fear. That could be it. Okay, so, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. But I know that, like, with like kind of tricking your energy or your body sometimes. Oh, we got a liar. So there might be a need to kind of like, when you feel anxiety, if you kind of just make yourself smile and you just like I think it might be the action of the face that you make for yourself. But like, if you like make yourself if you make yourself smile, like it like literally oh yeah, okay. It does that a little bit, okay? And I know there's difficult times or whatever, but we're just talking about talking about a little anxiety trick, okay? Okay. Anyway, what do we need to know right now? Ay. My eyes are watering. I can't do this. Okay, here we go. Ah, oh no! Somebody might be getting bent out of shape. Yeah, like what I was trying to say, was like, you know, you could be dealing with difficulty or anxiety and just kind of feeling a little, you know, low or whatever, and there's certain things that you know, should be doing in order to kind of like switch it up, and there's little like, you know, like an actual switch, you know, you could be, you know, flipping a switch, right? And helping yourself. I keep going out of the sun because it's a little bright, but I don't know if I should. The sun is helping with my the the lighting helps. Anyway, here we go. Let me see. We got, somebody could be, you know, really kind of embodying a celestial energy, otherworldly type of energy, okay? But they could be feeling isolated, okay? They could be dealing with people who are trying to manipulate or control them, and somebody could be dealing with jealousy and resentment, okay? But they could be wanting to embrace a more carefree role. It says fearless, independent, intelligent, strong, silent, mysterious. They could be wanting to kind of just go into a new desired position more intentionally for themselves, where they are separating themselves from toxic attachments and cords or negative and karmic bonds and bad habits, and they're empowering themselves, strengthening themselves. It says you have the power, okay? So somebody could be, you know, having been dealing with people who are trying to keep them small in certain ways. Okay, they could have been dealing with a lot of different aspects of projection that created a lack or struggle. Okay, somebody could be, really have been surrounded by a lot of people who had negative intentions towards them. They could have been trying to interfere or block, and survey the situation, like surveil, like keep a close watch. Okay, there were mind games, manipulation, trickery, confusion. Hello. Good morning. Afternoon. Good night. What are you doing? You hungry? Okay. I'll feed you something soon, honey. Ay. She didn't have to say anything. It was just her face. She's like, stop reading my mind. Anyway, children. That's funny. My child walked in right when we got children right here. Okay. So, somebody could have been dealing with mind games, and at this point they're wanting to focus more on what it is that they're wanting to create, okay, what their true investments are, and even possibly their inner child or children's lives. They could be feeling like they're, moving forward into a position that they're truly desiring of. Oof. Okay. Somebody's gotten to a more emotional and loving or intuitive position for themselves. Okay. They could have been dealing with group associations or, with negative intentions, right? It says cult and coven, so it's like somebody could have been expending their energy in ways that weren't truly for themselves or for their true desires, and possibly could have been focusing on more negative outcome. Okay. But yeah, somebody's wanting to protect the situation. They're wanting to be shrewd and cautious, but they are moving forward in a more aligned way, transformative, and upgrading, rebirth, and they could be recognizing that they had been partaking possibly in a lot of negative, it says candle magic right here. So it's like somebody could have been, putting out negative intention towards others in an excessive way. All right. They could have gotten too comfortable with, kind of like spreading negativity. At this point, they're wanting to move forward towards a new beginning. Okay. They're trying to be more sensitive, imaginative, compassionate, kind. It says intuitive and sympathetic, selfless, and wait. It says unworldly, but I don't know. I was going to say otherworldly, so whatever. And then we got this one right afterwards. So yeah, somebody could be wanting to rise above, the focus on the world, like being of the world or in the world, but not of it, right? And they could be wanting to align with their divine truth and path, receiving certain gifts in their life that they feel could be bringing a greater sense of truth and balance. Okay. Contentment, happiness, and bliss and gratitude. Okay, could be they could be moving up the spiritual ranking, embracing their true abilities, and creating a balance where they can know what to put into and what not to, and how to maintain. Like, this reminds me of the I was just talking about them the other day, but the pillars of severity and mercy. Hello, handsome. And it's like instead of going to one extreme or another, there's a need to stay true and balanced within the center. And if you create the environment where there isn't a need for severity or for mercy, it's like you can be not having to sidestep, but just stay in alignment with what is the just and balanced way to go, and you won't have to go in a way that rocks you around a little bit. Okay, so we got peace, harmony, and calm. Okay, so somebody could be getting to a greater sense of zen within themselves, and they could have been having envy within someone's spiritual gifts, or self-doubt and insecurity within theirs, but somebody could be really getting to a much more calm state of mind. All right. Woo. Oh, cute. Okay, so look it. Somebody's getting divine access. Okay, there could have been a copycat scenario or a decoy situation. All right, that was trying to corrupt a situation with lies. But if, as somebody stays optimistic and maintains their hope towards their wishes coming true, they could be navigating through emotional manipulation, third-party interference, their own fear, and they could be getting to a much more confident position with the action that they are wanting to take and follow through with. Okay, so somebody's wanting to be generous, warm-hearted, creative, enthusiastic, broad-minded, expansive, faithful, and loving. Okay, and I've been seeing a lot about a previous relationship, a person in a previous relationship who's passed away. I've been seeing a lot of signs of this person, and this is kind of like another one of those. So it's like somebody could be like really being guided in a way that they know is leading them towards truly positive position, and they could be feeling trusting of the guidance that they're receiving. And we got somebody could be being patient, reliable, warm-hearted, loving, persistent, determined, calm, and security loving. Okay, so somebody who's really getting to a calm yet confident position. Okay, recognizing the otherworldly type of scenario they could have been even being isolated from. Yeah. Somebody's recognizing what is false. Yeah. It's a lot. This over. Okay. So yeah, somebody could be recognizing what is false, okay, in their life. They could be getting like true like physical or like undeniable recognition, okay, and they could be really done with lustful or promiscuous scenarios. Okay, they could be done playing games. They're recognizing that this like non-committal energy dynamic they had been embracing was poisonous, toxic, or harmful towards their destiny and their fate. Okay, their true fate, their future, and it could be detrimental to the karma they could be recognizing they'd be receiving. Okay, so somebody could be recognizing certain agreements that they had been embracing. We have technology, electronics, internet, computers, and then contracts, commitment, obligation, agreement. So somebody could be kind of recognizing what they had been opening themselves up to in a way that could have been previously harmful, and they could be wanting to move in a way where they're kind of leveling up. Okay, they could be having someone what they're recognizing there is a true connection within, and there could be other people who are kind of, let me see, disregarding or disrespecting a potential connection, okay? And so somebody could be wanting to take action independently instead of experiencing remorse, guilt, or regret about the situation based on toxicity or unhealthy bonds and connections, okay? So interesting. Somebody is recognizing they're being aware of certain warning signs or cautionary aspects when it comes to the substances or toxic or unhealthy dynamics they'd been allowing themselves to kind of partake in or expose themselves to. And they could be recognizing the falsehoods and the disingenuous nature of the dynamics they'd been experiencing. Okay, so they, at this point, they could be recognizing these and healing, recovering, and mending, creating this balance again. And we got source and the collective again. So if somebody's, knowing that they're moving forward in a way where they are creating balance, not only, or healing, not only themselves, but the collective energy, and they could be really, coming more into alignment with their own divine energy and the source of this, okay? Instead of being somebody who is recognizing that or thinking that things are all based on them and their ability, they're moving into a more illuminated position with the relationship they have with, with source and what that is, the work that is being done through them. Okay, so somebody's getting to a much more sweet, compassionate, and innocent expression, and this could be shocking, surprising, or unexpected for others, apparently. Okay, that one already went through. Let's see. Ew. This whole deck wants to come out of here. And maybe, okay, let's see. So somebody's getting to a more intentional position with their energy, and look at that, they're aligning with their spirit guides and their angels. Okay, they could be getting to a greater sense of strength within themselves. They could be wanting to be more friendly and honest and loyal instead of hiding certain truths away. That's funny about the dream that I had too. Like there was like, it was like I would like open up like the floorboards or something like that, and there's like all these things. I'm like, look at all this stuff, and like showing everybody, and then they're like, yeah, I knew that was there. I'm like, okay. Anyway, so that was a weird part, but hold on a second. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Okay. My dad just called. Okay. So let me see. So yeah, somebody could be kind of recognizing what had been, you know, taking away from a situation. Okay, what could have been keeping them in an outlook of grief or sorrow and sadness. And at this point, they're wanting to be practical, prudent. Okay, disciplined, patient, careful, ambitious, humorous, and reserved. And they could be really wanting to pay attention to the situations where they could be setting themselves up, or they could be being set up by others. Okay, so somebody could have been, really avoiding or running from a certain friendship, but at this point, they could be recognizing or ally or confidant, it says. But at this point, somebody's wanting to be more loving and direct with their expression, okay? There could have been other people's intentions that were making you see things or making somebody see things in a negative light instead of what they truly were. Okay, and somebody could be kind of recognizing the chaos magic that had been placed upon them. And look at that. They could be moving in a more kind of like aligned position where they know what it is that they're meant to be receiving, and they're staying true to that understanding. Somebody is staying in alignment with themselves, being adaptable, versatile, communicative, intellectual, eloquent, youthful, and lively. Okay, and they could be really kind of elevating the situation in ways that others may not have recognized. Somebody could have been, you know, getting a situation, or somebody could have recognized that there was others who were trying to be nosy and invasive, or find something wrong in the situation, or take away from you know, a true connection. Okay, but let's see, somebody's changing and adapting, moving away from you know, dark alliances or the effects that they have, and they are getting to a position where they are safe, secure, and well guarded when it comes to the negativity that others had been trying to place on them. Okay. Somebody could be recognizing that they didn't really have the right guidance for what it is, for how they are meant to be expressing themselves. Okay, they could have had you know, unhinged or unstable types of energetic lessons. Okay, and so it could be hard for them to get ready to expose themselves or reveal themselves in a way, or even bear their truth in a way that they feel would be well received. Okay, but somebody could be gaining a greater insight and knowledge that they're moving forward towards a situation where there is more non-confrontational, reliable, helpful, and friendly energy, and they could be moving forward in a way of victory, success, and really feeling like they're winning. And we got energy work right here, so it's like somebody could be feeling like they've done the work, they've navigated through unhealthy bonds. Okay, and they could be ready to move forward towards union. Oh my goodness. That's so cute. Let's see. And as long as they kind of guard themselves from, or are not willing to face certain truths, they could be creating more negativity or unhealthy energy within themselves that would kind of could kind of start to manifest in the physical in ways that they wouldn't desire of. Okay, so I'm not trying to like put that on anybody, but that's just what the cards are saying. So somebody could be recognizing that the longer they try and stay away from a certain situation, the you know, the more negative effects that they will be feeling. Okay, so anyway, oh my goodness. Sometimes the things I say. Anyway, if this is resonating, I hope it's helpful in some way. And let me see what time it is. 4:53:56. I'll just do a couple more minutes right here. Somebody could be wanting to efficiently make some type of connection in a way that is direct and informative. Okay, and they could be wanting to get to a more comfortable position at a rapid pace. So interesting. Yeah, they could be wanting to kind of like, they could have been spending a lot of time doing a lot of stuff and you know, distracting themselves possibly, or just staying busy. And at this point, they're wanting to kind of get to a more calm state of mind. They could have been dealing with a lot of dramatic, energetic dynamics recently. Okay, let's see. We got a deadline right here. Okay, somebody could be wanting to kind of get on the ball with a certain situation. They could be really wanting to over-explain, but also move forward towards a situation that they can see a lot of growth or potential in, and they could be grounding themselves within this. They could have like dealt with a lot of different situations where they had to navigate through different like kind of relationship dynamics where they're having to let me see like shut it down is what I heard just now. They were kind of recognizing what they're needing to do in order to keep things straight and to the point with what they are wanting to express, or what position they're wanting to portray, I guess, in that way. But at this point, and they could be dealing with this in a way where it is an overwhelming task, okay? But they could also be wanting to recognize, I guess, that they are prepared. They've prepared themselves with what it is that they are desiring of, or wanting to bring into their life, and they're prepared with how to navigate through the situation in a way that they're knowing what it is that they're wanting to hold on to. So it's like, I don't know if I'm explaining this, but it's like they could have been like dealing with a lot of different people's energy and having to kind of navigate in a way where you're setting the tone basically with each different, individual or interaction. And somebody could be recognizing at this point what it is that they're wanting to embrace or receive of in their life. And they could be feeling like they have the awareness of how to, like I said, shut things down, but now they're paying attention to what they're wanting to do with holding on to something, okay? Okay, so yeah, they really feel like they've been able to prepare themselves, and that they have, plenty of practice with, the steps that they're wanting to take, okay? That's so funny. It says pro right here. So yeah, they've done the parallel Parker Pro is what the whole thing is, but yeah, so somebody's a professional with with this apparently, whatever this is. Okay, so at this point, somebody could be like overwhelmed with certain meditations that they've been kind of experiencing. All right. And it could be kind of like leading them towards, that could be part of the intrusive thoughts that I was talking about earlier, right? So it's like somebody could be, having had navigated through all these different situations. Is it like, is this one just like the other, or this or that, but as you recognize within certain meditations, like you might have something that's similar, but then it shifts and it changes and grows into something new and expands further, so instead of kind of like seeing like, oh, I already did this before, I'm just going to do the same thing over and over, like it's like, no, this is a part that's like leading you to this recognition and this awareness, so you can get into that state of mind. And then once you move past that in the way that you're meant to, with the healed and loving awareness and intention, then it expands into a new situation that you can grow and learn from this as well. Okay, so yeah, somebody's social battery could be drained. They could be spending a lot of time distracting themselves and getting to a greater sense of physical strength for themselves. Okay, but they are navigating in a way where they are knowing where they're meant to go and what type of balance they're wanting to create. Hey Erica, how you doing? And let me see. And they're getting to a position where they're knowing that they're bringing something healthy into their life and something that they could be wanting to show and express and share with others, instead of feeling there's an imbalance. Okay, so somebody could be watching online, paying attention to you, and you could be keeping them up at night. They feel that this is a heavy or a tall large hill to climb, but they're aligning themselves. Oh wow, look at, we got this pretzel and then tech wizard right there. So it's like somebody's you know, really kind of getting to a greater awareness of where things are all meant to go. Okay, they could have ghosted in a certain situation while they're getting to a greater sense of mastery within themselves. And they could be watching you, really holding on, taking their time, fighting the urge to move forward, but they're really wanting to that's funny. They're wanting to take action in a way that could be alleviating a misunderstanding. And really, we got that card that I was talking about, wanting to create a direct connection. Okay. All right. So they could be doing a lot, but they're moving forward. Oh my gosh. They could have been like certain things that there were, you know, there's certain messages put out there or certain passive expressions being said where they weren't being direct. But at this point, somebody has become overwhelmed, or, you know, it's become way more obvious of what things are, and they're connecting the dots in a lot of different ways. And that's how they have been able to master themselves within their understanding and where is it they're wanting to move forward towards. So somebody could be really gotten to a greater level of depth within their understanding, and they could be wanting to take action to, you know, get to the bottom of this. All right. So let me see, what kind of guidance are you looking for, Erica? Let me see. I have this one poked out at me when I was thinking about. So if you want to ask a question, I'm going to use this oracle deck right here. Okay. Unless you don't want to ask a question, and I can just pull a card. But oh man, hold on. Actually, I gotta go. If you want to send me a message later, I'll take it. But my dad's calling me back again, so have a good one.